Bueno, welcome back to my channel, guys. It's me, Marissa. So I'm actually really excited about today's video. I'm gonna teach you guys how to cook. Well, I'm gonna teach you how to cook in the microwave. So today we're gonna be making macaroni and cheese from the box. I just want to say that this video is not sponsored by anybody, and I mean it can be though, you know. It's usually my go-to, and that is Kraft mac and cheese from the box. I know it's not the healthiest thing in the world, but it's pretty good, and I'm gonna show you guys how to make it in the microwave. Alright guys, so I laid out all of my supplies in front of me. I'm just gonna go through them one by one. I'm gonna put everything that you'll need in the description below. First and foremost, you'll need a microwave safe bowl with cover, heat safety gloves or rubber grips, measuring cups of 1/4 cups and 1 cup, your box mac and cheese, your preference milk, butter or margarine, paper towels or napkins, a spoon, and a plate. Alright, now that everything is all set, we can go ahead and get started. Guys, so the first thing I do whenever I start to make this is I run the hot water. I honestly feel putting hot water in your bowl makes a difference, but I mean, you could put cold water in there, that's fine. So I'm first going to use my 1 cup measuring cup and put in 2.5 cups of water into my microwave safe bowl. So this is 1, this is 2, 2.5. Okay. Now I'm going to pour in my macaroni. Take out the cheese. Just set that aside for right now. And you can go ahead and pour in your macaroni. Now I'm just going to grab my spoon that I set aside earlier and just do a quick stir. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my water. And this is when you bring in the napkins and paper towels. Now the water already is hot, which is great. So what I use 4 paper towels. So here's 2 here. If you guys have those paper towels that are like half this, then definitely use 8. So I just do this, put one on one side like that, and put one on another side just in a cross shape. And then I'm gonna get the top to my microwave safe bowl. Make sure that the top is covered. Now the reason why you want all the napkins on here is because when you're making something in the microwave, the water boils, and the water will boil over and out of the sides. So you want to make sure that you trap as much water in here in the napkins as possible, because no matter what, there may be a leak when you're cooking. So we're gonna go ahead and put this in the microwave, guys. Alright, so now that it is in the microwave, I'm going to go ahead and close this. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in for 6 minutes and 45 seconds. So it does depend on how many watts your microwave is. 645 is always a great number to start out with, no matter what wattage your microwave is at. Because you can't cook the pasta all in one, or else it'll become all clumpy and stuck together. You have to cook it in separate parts. I cook it in 2 different sessions, so the first session is always going to be 645 for me. That's like the golden number for me. So I bet you guys are wondering how I found out about making macaroni and cheese in the microwave. Honestly, I was really curious. I looked up how to make ramen or ramen noodles in the microwave, and it's super simple, super easy. So I wondered, maybe you can make macaroni and cheese in the microwave. And I looked it up on Google, and actually I found out Kraft used to put on the back of the box how to make it in the microwave. I had no idea that they did that, but they stopped doing it. So yeah, honestly, the first time I did this, it was kind of a lot of trial and error. The first time you make it, it might come out undercooked, but just remember, if it does come out undercooked, you'll be able to feel that in the noodles while you're mixing it. And you can even taste one noodle if you need to. But you know, if it does come out undercooked, just add more water and just put it in there for an extra few minutes. The waiting is always the part that drags. So while we're waiting, how are you guys doing today? Tell me, like, what's been going on in your life? How's your week been going? Is everything good? Is your family good? Are your friends good? You know, I just want to know. Tell me, you guys, what's going on in your life? I don't know if you guys can hear, but we have a radio in our kitchen, and it's actually right on top of our microwave. We leave that radio on 24/7. We just leave it on because honestly, when you're in the kitchen like all the time. So it's always cool to like kind of hear, you know, music while you're cooking or while you're washing the dishes, because it's just kind of there. So do you guys do that? Do you guys have a radio in your kitchen? Let me know in the comments below. I really want to get to know you guys. It's time to check the noodles. This is when it's important to have your protective stuff so you can hold the pot when it comes out of the microwave. Alright, so now it's time for me to check the noodles. So I'm just gonna be as careful as possible. And when you open up the top, make sure you open it away from you. And when you open up the napkins, make sure you open them away from you because the steam is very hot and it can burn you. Yes, steam burns you. I did not know that. Because look, the steam had burned me. So be careful. This is when you take your spoon that you have, set aside. Woo! Woo! I got scared. That almost burned my areola. Woo. You see that they are sticking together. As you can see, I'm breaking them up so they have their own little individuality going on. It doesn't cook them evenly when they're stuck together. So make sure that when they are stuck together, you try your best to separate them the best you can. I can definitely tell that the noodles are almost done, and you can also tell that they're still kind of undercooked. So usually at this time is when you have to figure out how long you're going to put the noodles back in. I'm gonna go ahead and throw away these napkins because those are no good. And I'm gonna go ahead and take my other set of napkins that I had set aside and put the top on there again and crisscross it this way again. Put the top back on there. Make sure that it's covered as best as possible. And yes, it's very hot, guys, so keep your safety mitts or safety flaps near you at all times. If your wattage is anywhere close to mine, which is 1150, now that my pot is back in there, at this point, and since I checked the noodles, I'm going to go ahead and put it in for 4 minutes and 45 seconds. If you have a microwave that's less wattages than mine, then I would say put it in probably for another 6 minutes. Because the pasta should take at least 10 to 13 minutes to cook. I don't know if you guys can see, but there is water seeping out of the pot. Let's see if I bring it closer and you can see it. Okay, do you see that water? That's water. That's water seeping out of there. That's why it's important to have the napkins. The hotter it is, the more bubbles it's gonna be. So, like I said, the napkins do help, but you still get leakage at the end of the day. It is time to take out the pasta. Look, guys, that's water. Ew. It's really hot too, so be careful. I cannot stress enough how careful you must be when taking out this pot. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out this plate. It has like the condensation of it from cooking. Ugh. Yikes. So now it's time to mix in our cheese and get this going. So like I said, guys, open it away from you because of the steam. And open the napkins away from you as well because the steam is hot. Whew. Very nice. Look at how great those noodles look. And honestly, when you cook them, and if you cook them the right way, the water does evaporate and it does kind of absorb all the noodles. So let's see if the water did. Yep, there's like no water in here. Perfect. And the noodles feel perfect. They are cooked so perfectly and evenly. They're perfectly soft. I'm excited. Now, I don't know how you guys dress your mac and cheese, but this is the way I do it. Everybody has their own way. So you don't have to follow this if you don't want to, but if you want to, go ahead and do it. So on the box, it says you need 4 tablespoons of butter or margarine and 1/4 cup of milk. Now, I'm not as young as I used to be, so I'm not going to put a whole 4 tablespoons of butter in there. You really don't need that much butter in your macaroni and cheese, honestly. So what I'm going to do is take my butter and just cut 2 tablespoons. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut that off. I always add the butter in first because I want it to melt. So there we go. So I like to melt the butter in my pasta before I put in any of the other ingredients. Mainly because when you put in the cheese and the butter is still not melted, the cheese can literally like stick to that clump of butter and it's just like, ew. Alright, so my butter melted pretty fast. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get my measuring cup, my 1/4 measuring cup, and grab my 2% milk. Jeez, guys, jeez. Just shake it up a little bit because, you know, Pick up your milk. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fill up my 1/4 cup of milk. Whew. It's okay if a little extra milk goes in there too. Alright. There we go, 1/4 cup. Now it's time for my cheese. So I'm just gonna go ahead and rip that off. And I just pour my cheese right in the middle. Whew. Okay. Now I'm just gonna mix it all together. Huh. It's already starting to sound like mac and cheese, guys. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'm sorry that the radio is like right in your ear. Let me lower that for you guys so you can hear this. That's how you know it's good. That's how you know you made it right, when it sounds like this. Alright guys, this looks so good. I think it's done. Now it's time to plate. I'm just gonna go ahead and pour all of my mac and cheese onto my plate. Oh, I got carpal tunnel now. Jesus. Yum! This looks so good. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. Now I get to try the mac and cheese. Bon appetit! Oh, this is a good bite. Mmm. Oh my goodness. It's perfect. The noodles are cooked perfectly. The butter is just perfect in the macaroni. Excuse me. The milk makes it so creamy and the cheese is very well done. I'd have to give this a 10 out of 10. It was so good. And if you guys are going to try this at home, then make sure you tell me in the comments. And if you guys like this video, make sure you give me that thumbs up. I put out new videos every Friday/Saturday, but I still put them out there for you guys. So I will see you next week for more videos.